My dad saved my life from 200 miles away. When I was a teenager, I thought my dad was kind of over the top. He had all these safety rules that felt excessive. He'd double-check the locks every night, back into every parking space for a faster exit, and he drilled it into my head to never walk into the house if something looked even a little off. You call me or the police. You do not go inside, he'd say. I used to laugh and call him Jason Bourne. He never found that funny. Well, one night when I was 19, I was house-sitting while my parents were visiting my grandparents out of state. It was around 10 p.m. when I drove to the gas station to grab some snacks. I was only gone for maybe 20 minutes, but when I came back, something was weird. The porch light was off. It had been on when I left. That wouldn't normally seem like a big deal, but my dad had replaced the switch with one of those automatic timers, set to go on at sundown, off at sunrise. It had never been off at night, not once. I remember standing in the driveway just staring at it. I almost convinced myself I was being paranoid, almost, but my dad's voice popped into my head. You don't go inside if something's off. So I got back in the car, drove a few blocks away, and called the police. I felt ridiculous even as I was explaining it. I think someone might be in my house because the porch light is off, but they said they'd send someone out to check. I waited in a grocery store parking lot, feeling stupid and overdramatic, until an officer called me 30 minutes later. He told me I was absolutely right to call. Someone had broken in through the basement window. He was still inside the house when they arrived. He had gloves, zip ties, and duct tape in a backpack. A steak knife from our own kitchen was sitting out on the coffee table, next to one of our couch cushions. He'd put it on the floor like he was planning to kneel on it. The officer's exact words were, "I don't know what he was planning to do, but it wasn't burglary. Burglars don't wait for you to come home." The detective later told me the man was a repeat offender recently released on parole. He'd previously been arrested for assault and attempted kidnapping. Apparently, he'd been watching the neighborhood for a few days. If I'd walked in that night like normal, I would have walked into an ambush. I called my dad and told him everything. He didn't say, "I told you so." He just said, "Good job. You followed the plan."